Welcome to the ACT Basics Prep course. This is the math section, part 4, trigonometry. Now, I'm going to call it trig for short, but trigonometry involves relationships between right triangles. And so if you sketch a right triangle, as my example on the bottom of this slide, you should remember that the hypotenuse is always opposite of the actual right angle. So in that bottom left corner, the opposite of that side is called the hypotenuse. The side of under the hypotenuse is called the adjacent, and the side that's left over is called the opposite side. And like I said, trig is all about relationships. So if you remember SOHCAHTOA, the SO means that the sine of angle x is the opposite side over the hypotenuse side. The cosine of angle x is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse side, and that's CA. And TOA, or the tangent of angle x, is equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent side, or TOA. And 3 more relationships to know is the cosecant, which is just the sine of the angle reversed, or the reciprocal of that sine. The secant is equal to 1 over cosine, or again, the reciprocal. And the cotangent is just 1 over tangent, or the reciprocal of the tangent. And if this sounds foreign, remember there's practice on the blog, and I'm going to direct you to people who can explain to you this principle a lot better than I can. Other helpful identities will be sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1, or sine divided by cosine equals tangent. Now, harder trig they might have would be graphing trigonometry functions, and you got coefficient a times sine. So remember that the coefficient a is the amplitude of the graph of how tall it is, and this is a direct relationship. So if you increase a, the bigger the graph will be. Coefficient b is the period, or how long it takes to get through a complete cycle, and this is an inverse relationship. And if you increase b, it's a shorter period, but if you decrease b, it's a longer period. And so when you're solving these problems, make sure that you're focusing on the coefficients, and more practice is available on the website. Now, for this math improvement, I've given you a lot of information. Have a specific study plan, and if you've been marking along on the worksheets about things you need to highlight and improve upon, your specific study plan will be done. And then you're going to focus on improving, the basic skills and practice on actual ACT questions. Remember, if you're prepared, you can feel confident, and if you're confident, you'll do well. And you're going to do well because you're going to be prepared and you're going to feel confident about it. And remember, you can always hit me up with questions that you may have. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next section.